right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. So pretty much, we're going into how, even for the fact that the Lord had brought us in this lower state, the Lord still ain't going to let us go, man. You know what I'm saying? His eyes still focus upon us, man.
Okay. Can we start with the Zechariah? This is Zechariah. I'm going to start at 7. This is Zechariah 2 and 7. It says, Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, After the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that touches you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Right, so the Lord, for all the, like it says in 1 Maccabees 2 and 10, what nation has not taken a hand in her spoils, man? You know what I'm saying? We've been underneath all this captivity, underneath all these other heathens, you know what I'm saying? Underneath all these heathens and stuff. And guess what? In the end, like it says in Revelations 13 and 10, it says, He that leaveth captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints. So even though all these other captivities we've been in, the Lord's still going to have us on top,
I got another one. This Psalm 17, verse 7. It says, Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by the right hand them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. So what's going on is the Lord is remembering his people, man. It says that we're written on his palm, I believe, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so the Lord is remembering his people, and he's bringing devastation and chaos to the world. Why? For Israel's sake. All right, because he hasn't forgotten us. All right, we hope to be that remnant that returns. All right, that he puts and plants in Jerusalem once again forever this time under Yahushai. You see? You get one?
I'll go to the Romans.
Come on, This is Romans chapter 8, verse 37. Come on, this is Romans 8 and 36. It says, As it is written, For thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Yahushua HaMashiach our Lord.
Right, because when it comes down to it, the whole entire nation of Israel, even though 2/3 are going to be put to death on this side, they still going to inherit the second covenant through the elect lineage, man. You know what I'm saying? They still going to have the spiritual power of perfection, man. You know what I'm saying? Not going off. You know what I'm saying? Not being bodies of vanity. The Lord still going to give them a gift. Regardless of anything. This is Judges chapter 16, verse 28. It says, And Samson called unto the Lord Yahweh and said, O Lord Yahweh power, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me. I pray thee only this once, O God, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. It says, And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on the which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand, and of the other with his left. And Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which slew in his life. And when it comes down to the story of Samson, you know what I'm saying, his power was in the not necessarily in the hair. It was his power was in the covenant that his mom had made with the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? You said what?
That vow.
Yeah, the vow. You know what I'm saying? So when he had cut his hair and stuff, he lost his power. But as his hair grew, the Lord came back for him. And guess what? The Lord had granted his wish, man. Meaning that the Lord had never left him, man. Even if he broke his vow, the Lord had never left him.
That's I might say that goes into having the sheer mercies of King David, man. That's why we hope to be the house of David, Because all the stuff that David did, he was still beloved of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right. Doing sins worthy unto death.
Exactly.
You know,
adultery. He put the man's husband to death so he can have the wife. You know. So we're coming in the same stead. We want to be a part of that house of David that's beloved by the Lord, even though we did things worthy unto death. Okay, the Lord's still going to look out for us. Because why? He created us to be creatures of vanity, but he also gave us instructions on how to maneuver around being in this flesh. Therefore, we work towards salvation. You see, and that's what we hope for, man. Because the Lord didn't forget us.
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 7. It says, I'm going to start at verse... Start at verse 5. It says, "For thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name. Yahweh is his name." It says, "And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel," right? Redeemer of the Holy One of Israel, meaning to get saved. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that the Lord cares for the nation of Israel. We understand that the elect are going to be the ones that's going to get saved on the first go round, or they're going to die for righteousness' sake and be in those chariots already. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the same time, like it says in Romans 11 and 26 or 27, it says that all Israel shall be saved. You know, it says the God of the whole earth shall he be called. The Lord have called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth. When thou was refused, saith thy power, for a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. You know what I'm saying? You know, so guess what? In the end, all these different things that we have done against the Lord, you know, like it says in Ezekiel, the 23rd chapter, how you got Aholah and Aholabah, which represents southern and northern kingdom, you know, because according to Jeremiah 62, the nation of Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman. You know what I'm saying? So we had committed fornication, following the ways of the Caucasians, which is the Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Following these other philosophies that was outside our heritage. You know what I'm saying? We betrayed the Lord. It's like your woman cheating on you, man, and you call it in the act. You know, you feel deeply betrayed, but the Lord is going to forgive us. You know.
Yeah, precept.
Yeah.
This is 2 Kings chapter 3. Like he's going into, we're talking about the Lord having mercy upon us. This is 2 Kings chapter 13, verse 23. "And Yahweh was gracious unto them, and had compassion on them, and had respect unto them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he them from his presence as yet." All right, so this was going back during the time of Kings when the Lord was with us, even though Israel was still not following the law, statutes, and commandments correctly, man. Okay? You had certain kings that were set up, all right, and they kept the laws to the best of their ability. They ruled righteously under the commandments as king, but they still had our people in all types of places still doing wickedness, and that's a separation. All right, the Lord is going to come back for the people of these houses, the people that are following the ways of these kings. He's going to have respect unto the men of the Lord. All right, he's going to have respect unto the people doing his work, man. Lord willing, man. Okay, that's that compassion. All right, otherwise we're going to be a part of the 2/3, man. But that's not what we want. That's why we're doing this work. That's why we're changing ourselves. We're trying to walk in the ways of the Lord as he commanded our fathers, man. You see? So we could receive that compassion. Because you remember I told you yesterday, he told Josiah that I'm going to bring evil upon this people, but I'm going to save you out of it. You shall go to your grave peacefully. All right? That's what we want. We want to get saved, and we don't want to see all this evil that he's going to bring upon 2/3 of our people. We want him to have compassion upon us. We want to be saved out of the evil times. We want to be remembered. You know? And that's why we do this work, man. Hoping for salvation. Prisoners of hope. You know? God, this is Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. You said 3 and 6, right? This is Malachi 3 and 6. It says, "For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed."
And that not consumed, meaning that we're not forsaken. You know, the Lord always has his eye on the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? It says in Exodus 4 and 22 that Israel is even his firstborn, man. You know, it says in Acts 5:30 and 31 that pretty much repentance is onto the nation of Israel and forgiveness of sins. You know what I'm saying? So that means that the Lord is always going to be dealing with us. You know, he's one of his titles is the Father. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord said, "Don't put your hand in the cookie jar," and He catch you, He gonna whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? You got two brothers. You got one brother which represents the elect, 144,000 and 1/3, and then you got the other one that represents 2/3. 2/3 are gonna continue not to learn. It's like, man, I'm tired of getting my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna still put their hand in the cookie jar, man. You know, when it comes down to the elect, you know, the other brother, what he's gonna do is that he's gonna remember. It's like, Lord, let me ask first. Let me just not go in this cookie jar, because last time I got my ass whooped for it. You know. You got a precept.
Oh, later.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, you know, but He created 18 nations altogether, including the nation of Israel. You know, and Jacob's just another word. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it says, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." And those strangers talking about confusion of faces, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, to keep confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be brought out of that shame when the kingdom is being established. They're not gonna look like the heathens. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look like Jake. You know.
That's right.
That's one of the curses that the Lord had placed upon the nation of Israel, because it's a shame to look like a heathen. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the Lord is gonna redeem them for that and put them in Israelite bodies, man. You know, well, bodies. You know, they're gonna look like Israel.
Cause he's gonna replenish them. As at the he's gonna, what does it say? He's gonna raise them up. Is that the first? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go back. I got a precept, if I may. You have one too.
No, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 49 and 15. It says, "Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me." That's the Lord talking about Israel, man. All right, so He can never forget us. All right, that's why He's showing all these magnificent works on the planet, man, for us. And our people, 2/3 of them don't even realize it. They're just still stuck in a delusional reality. All right, they're still stuck in the ways of Esau and the heathens. All right, but that's always happened throughout our history, man. There's always been people that were wicked amongst our people, and they were always destroyed, and the Lord always had mercy on the remnant, man. He's always had compassion. You know, that's why I continue to stress the compassion, because the Lord don't got to do none of this. All right, the Lord is actually doing this for His sake, so He can have a people for Himself.
And also to prove His existence.
Mm-hmm.
That this was no ordinary book, that He was going to jack up the people that He had chose, and then still save some, and then in the end, that all Israel would still be saved, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that 2/3 ain't gonna get saved in the way that they think that they're gonna be saved. They're gonna come through the line of the elect. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah.
Zechariah chapter 1, verse 17. "Cry yet, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, My cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and the Lord shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem."
Right. So the Lord is going to choose Jerusalem regardless. This is the chosen line. You know what I'm saying? So if you when it comes down to the chosen and stuff, guess what's going to happen? You're going to always be there for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if he mess up this, that, and the other stuff, the scripture says the just man falls 7 times, but he get back up again and stuff. The 2/3, they're going to just fall and they're going to stay in that pit. They're not going to try to climb out that hole, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22. "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because His compassions fail not." You know, because Israel is the Lord's portion, man. You know, He chastening us right now because He loves us like sons. That's why we're going through all this hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but through it we're gonna be renewed. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning. All right. So we have to go through this fire. I mean, we're the only ones going through it. You know what I mean? He didn't choose any other family. You know, all the other families are just heathens, man. Israel's his portion. All right.
But,
What's that?
I was gonna precept you right quick.
Oh, go ahead.
I got one too.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. It says, "And now Israel, what doeth the Lord Yahweh thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul." You know what I'm saying? So the nation of Israel are the only ones who can truly serve the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? How is that? Because he bestowed his ways, man, which is law, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? The ways of the blueprint on how to be a God, man. You know? And it says in Psalms 82 and 6, it says that ye are gods, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we little G's, but who allowed that to happen, man? The one that had, the Heavenly Father who had favored on us, man. And not the other nations. He said the other nations I counted as spittle, man. You know what I'm saying? When you spit on the ground, you're not finna try to pick it back up and put it in your mouth. You know? You just gonna leave that shit on the ground. But when it comes down to the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying, we hoping to be those vessels unto honor, man. While everybody else is a vessel unto dishonor, man. You know? So that shows that, guess what? The Lord has a favor. The Lord has a choice. You know what I'm saying? And he chose Israel. All this BS that we going through, disobedient children, but yet he still is going to forgive us, man. And we still going to be the ones on top. You know? We the ones who, the 144,000 and the 1/3, you know what I'm saying? We the ones who really started from the bottom, and pretty soon we going to be there, you know? That's how it goes, what you feel. And it says, verse 13, it says, "To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good." So we the only one who have actual goodness, man. The ability to actually be good, man. Because there's only one that's good, man. But the Lord gave us the ability where we could be able to do so as well. You know? And pretty soon it's going to be 100% in the kingdom where we'll never go off, man. Like how you had Cell in Dragon Ball Z. He always was looking for perfection. And he needed Android 18 and 17. Hey, guess what? We got our Android 18 and 17, but we're going to be better than Cell because we're not no robots.
First Esdras chapter 5, verse 61. "And they sung with loud voices songs to the praise of the Lord, because his mercy and glory is forever in all Israel."
And that's plain, man. The Lord's mercy is great within Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? Because every other nation is going to get destroyed. Every other nation is going to go into slavery. You know what I'm saying? But when the nation of Israel and the kingdom is being established, guess what? That's going to reign forever. It's not going to be no more changes. You know? Righteousness is going to be established on the earth through his people Israel, man. You know?
This is Jeremiah chapter 18. I'm sorry, 1. It says, "The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there will I cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheels. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as seemed good to the potter to make it. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel. At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom, to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy it, if that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them." And that's again having that compassion, man. All right, but that's us cleansing our ways, man. All right, because the Lord just said that we were considered as a vessel. What the first one was marred. That's the condition that we've been in up until now, and now the Lord is making us into that good vessel, man. All right, so that we can repent and turn from our ways. All right. There's no other way we're gonna be saved unless we do become that good vessel, man. All right, because what we've been so far has been a marred vessel. But the Lord said He can change us if we depend on Him. He could change our mentality. He could upgrade us if we depend on Him and trust in Him, because He'll never forget us, man. You know, but our people don't want to do that because they trust in this. They trust in their captivity, man. They trust in oppression, as the scriptures say, man.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Love your oppressor.
Born in the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why the Most High is gonna let you die. He's gonna let you get overtaken by all the calamities, all the chaos, all the plagues that he's going to send upon the earth in these last days. Why? Because you didn't trust in the protection of his strength. You rather trust in Egypt. You see, and that's why the Lord's not gonna have compassion on 2/3 of our people. He's not gonna remember them as Israel. He's gonna see them as heathens until they get to the other side. You know, because that's really what they are. Damn heathens, man. You talk to you can talk to Jake for you can't even talk to Jake for more than a minute, man. It's like talking to a damn 5-year-old, man. You see, talking to a 10-year-old, and these are grown men, grown women. That's because they're in such a low state because they're not dependent on the Lord to raise their vibration, man. We need these scriptures to raise our vibration because we've been so low in this captivity. But then you always have that separation of people that don't want to do it, man. Therefore, the Lord won't have compassion on those people. The Lord's going to have compassion on people that are looking to use the Lord as their strength. Because that's what it says all throughout the scriptures, man. You know? And that's that compassion, once again, man. Through all the hell we go through, the Lord is going to always be there. He's going to always give us the same wisdom. All right? He's always going to ultimately help us, man. The people that do what he says. You know? A nation he can't forget, man.
No, you bring that up first. I'll bring this one next.
All right, this is Baruch chapter 4 in the Apocrypha, verse 6. It says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto your enemies." You know what I'm saying? And when you go into the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 15, since we disobeyed the voice of the Lord, all those curses came upon us. That's why we got to pay rent. That's why we in a lower state. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got servants over us when we the ruling class mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's why you suffering from different diseases. You know what I'm saying? You know that we in this weak flesh and our stature has been lowered to the most vilest and lowest state, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we moved the Most High to wrath. You know, he's punishing us. Pretty much getting that belt. You know, verse 7. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High." You know what I'm saying? Y'all are worshiping the white man because you see him in power, but yet this man is which he's Esau Edom. But what is this man doing? He's destroying the earth. You know what I'm saying? He can't even do good unto himself. So who you gonna do good to, man? You know, and our people trust in him, right? It says, verse 8. It says, "Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up. And ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. The Most High hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of the Most High." You know what I'm saying? And we departed what was good for us, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we pretty much we disregarded, you know what I'm saying, a higher vibration for a low vibration, man. You know what I'm saying? A vibration of wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says, verse 13, it says, "They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and his righteousness." So if we're God's, if we're little G's and he's big G and stuff, you know what I'm saying, he gave us a way to stay in the vibration of being, you know, little G's and stuff. Why would you want anything else? You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to Jake, it says, pretty much when it comes down to it, Jake believes in a higher power and stuff, and believes that power is top. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be underneath. We'll be like third ranking, man, and being the best out of everything. But you all want to be part of the baseness, man. You know, that's because you're impatient, and that's why Esau lost his birthright, man. You know, it says verse 15. It says, "For he," verse 14. It says, let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. For he brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child. And that's Esau, man. You know, he doesn't care. He's emotionless. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he's about is backwards, man. You know? Verse 16, it says, these have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. So all the different things that we have went off according to the law, statutes, commandments and stuff, hey, guess what? The Lord is still going to give us mercy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? You gotta really pay attention. Like when it comes down to the 2/3, for the fact that they're going to get destroyed, you would think that they shouldn't deserve anything. You know what I'm saying? But yet the Lord is still going to put mercy upon them. Perfectionness upon them. You know what I'm saying? You know, they still gonna be able to receive a spiritual power, man. Mm-hmm. You know, which is having the spirit and the laws written in them. You know.
Now this is Psalms 32, verse 1. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile, or deceit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the elect, man. Even though the elect have fallen from grace, man, they've fallen hard. The Lord, that's his portion. He's going to pull them out of it all. Through the fire, through all the transgressions, through Jacob's trouble, he's going to save his elect, man. Alright?
I got two more scriptures. This is Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 26. It says, thus saith Yahweh power, remove the diadem and take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low, and abase him that is high. And Esau is the highest. All these heathens are right underneath Esau, and we at the bottom. But the Lord's going to make a change in that, man. You know, you got the 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel, and then the 1/3, which is also of the elect, which consists of men, women, and children, no matter how they look, who are Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're gonna have the most of the glory, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's a glory of the sun, the glory of the moon, and the glory of the stars, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 27, it says, I will overturn it, and it shall be no more, until he come whose right it is, and I will give it him. And Yahweh Shai is going to be the ruler of the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Then it's King David, then it's the 12, and then it's the rest of the 144, because they're the government body, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to rule forever. We're going to rule forever, man. This is y'all got something, you can go on here. I'm trying to hold it up. This is Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 8. It says This is Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And that goes back to Psalms 83, how all these different nations had confederate teamed up against each other to make the nation of Israel go out of remembrance. It says, verse 4, it says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision, because the scripture says both the deceived and the deceiver are his. Esau is already considered the devil being someone who deceives. You know what I'm saying? But he's being deceived while he's thinking he's deceived. And it says, verse 5, it says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Because like it says in Revelations 18:6, reward her double. You know what I'm saying? It also says that it's a righteous thing to recompense those that trouble thee, man. And all they've been doing is troubling us for years. You know what I'm saying? And the other heathens. But Esau is going to get it the worst. Because he's only going to live for 1,000 years to be eradicated, man. And it says, verse 6, it says, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So we gonna own everything, man. You know, we gonna have slaves for the rest of eternity, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the scripture says that in my father's house are many mansions, man. We don't deserve none of this, man. Scripture says that we deserve death. You know what I'm saying? But yet the Lord is showing mercy on us where we can still have these great things, man. You know?
Yeah, it says it's the Lord's goodwill to give us the kingdom.
Yeah.
He don't gotta do it, but it's his goodwill. He wants to do it.
Yeah.
Cause he fucked us up so much. He's like, man, you know what? I'm gonna give you the kingdom if y'all are obedient in these last days. You know?
It says, verse 9, it says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like the potter's vessel. You know what I'm saying? Man, we gonna be able to do everything that they had done unto us, but double, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? It says, verse 10, it says, be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So this is what we got to do so we can receive these great gifts, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the gift that don't destroy the heart, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? This is not oppression, man. You know what I'm saying? This is if you want to say, a cheat code, man. You know? For only MVPs, man. So what side you gonna be? You gonna still be in this low vibration, you know what I'm saying, and get destroyed, or are you gonna do what's necessary unto your salvation, man? Because like it says in Ezekiel 14:4, it names Ezekiel 14:14. It says though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, save the Lord power. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because then it says, like it says in Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom, and all things shall be added onto you, man. You know, you got a lot of things that's gonna come. You know, a perfect body that can't get damaged. Everything's real. Air is real. Water real. Women everywhere. Order everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Righteousness everywhere. You know, no more moaning and groaning, man. But everlasting joy and rejoicing, you know. And we hope this video was edifying, and we'd like to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakodash.
Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect which you ought to be. Shalom and above.
Shalom.
Above.